Starting with number 9, 8 to the negative 2 times 8 to the negative 4. What are my like bases here in number 9? 8. So we're going to combine those into one single 8. And what are we going to do with our exponents? Are we going to subtract them? Are we going to add them? We're going to add them together. Negative 2 plus negative 4. And this is the kind of situation where I always tell you to think about money, right? If you spend $2 and then spend $4, how much money did you spend in total? 2 and 4?
Yeah.
Negative 6, right? Once again, just so we remember, a plus next to a minus sign or right next to each other forms a what again? A minus sign, just like that. And negative 2 minus 4. Let's go back to the number line for a second, because this one's subtraction. So if we start at negative 2, right here, right? We see that there's a minus sign after the negative 2, so that means we're going to move to the left. How many spaces are we going to move to the left, based on our exponents?
4.
4 spaces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, we land at negative 6, okay? So if the whole money thing confuses you, or the plus and the minus next to each other confuses you, the number line is a great visual way for you to get our new exponent. 8 to the negative 6 will turn into a fraction and flip it to get 1 over 8 to the negative 6. Right? Quick little 2.1a review. And then what do we do with that negative 6? Make it positive. 1 over 8 to the 6. Do we need to expand this out 8 to the 6th power? What did I tell you guys yesterday? Do I want to see the actual number that that's equal to? No, because it's going to be way too large. We don't need to worry about doing that. We'll leave it as 1 over 8 to the 6th. Now, if you got 1 over 8 to the 2nd power, we could work that one out in our heads, hopefully. So I would like to see that. But 8 to the 6th, too much work. Don't worry about it, okay? Questions on 9 that I can answer? Perfect. 211. Now, number 11 is interesting. Our base here is 4. We're going to keep that the same. Negative 3 plus 3 is our new exponent. For multiplying like bases, we add the exponents. Today is going to be very similar, but a little bit different to that. And what is negative 3 plus 3? It'll be 0, right? So remember, our exponent is 0. I saw a couple times when I was walking around yesterday that you put 0 as our whole answer. That's not quite right. What is 4 to the 0th power equal to?
1.
1. Good. We remember that from Friday. I love it. 1. Here's another mistake that I saw a lot. People going from 4 to the 0th power, realizing, oh, anything to the 0th power is 1. My answer must be this. No, that is not right. Okay? 1 as a whole number is our answer. 4 to the 1st power would be equal to what? Just 4, right? 4 and 1 are very different answers. So make sure you are being mindful of that, okay? Our answer for number 11 is just straight up 1. No exponents, no fractions, nothing like that. Gentlemen, I appreciate it. So, 12. We got 3 bases here, but that's fine because they're all like bases. 7, 7, 7. We'll create one large 7 and add together 0 plus 2 plus 0. What is 0 plus 2 plus 0? Just 2. Can we solve 7 to the 2nd power nice and simply? Yes, we can. What is that equal to? 7 to the 2nd power? 7 times 7, 49. Thank you. 49 is what we get, just like that. Now, there's another way we could have done this, and you may have figured this out. If you remember our lesson from Friday, you would know that 7 to the 0th power is equal to what? 1. 1 times 7 to the 2nd power times, well, another 7 to the 0th power is going to be 1 again. Right? We don't need to multiply the ones. We can just cross those out. And once again, we're left with 7 squared, which is what we got by using the product rule as well. Everyone see what I did there? We just simplified these 7 to the 0th powers first, and then multiplied them out. Either way, you end up with 49. Questions I can answer about number 12? Number 12 wasn't too bad, hopefully.
No,
It was okay? Good. Finally down to 13 before we move on. This one's got a little bit of everything. We've got an invisible something, we got a negative, we got a 0. What should my exponent on this first base of 8 be? 1. We'll throw a 1 on there. My like base is 8, so we'll write 1 large 8. And add those exponents up. Can you stop messing with that, please? Thank you. 1 plus negative 3 plus 0. You gotta take this step by step because it'll get confusing if we try and do it all at once. Plus next to a minus is a what again? Minus, good. We don't even need this plus 0. That doesn't do anything for us. We can ignore that. And what does 1 minus 3 equal to? Negative 2. Negative 2. Right? Once again, we do not want to leave it as a negative. We'll put our 8 over 1. What do we do once it's in a fraction? Flip the fraction. Thank you, sir. 1 over 8 to the negative 2. Now that we've flipped it, what's going to change about that exponent?
One's going to go on top.
Yep, we flipped it so the one's on top already. What's going to change about the exponent, though?
It's going to be positive.
It's going to be positive. Good. Now, on a test, if you left it like this, I wouldn't count it as wrong because I see what you did and I know that it's right. But what is 8 to the 2nd power equal to? 64. Thank you. When we can simplify it easily, please go ahead and do. If you get 9 to the 8th power, I don't want you wasting 20 minutes on the test, hand multiplying all that, because remember we can't use calculators on the test. But if you need to use it to check your work on homework or anything like that, that's fine with me. Okay? There's our 4 problems we went over. Anyone get all 4 of those right? No corrections needed? A couple people? Good. And it's okay if you did have corrections because that's why we do this, right? Like I was mentioning earlier, I don't have time to go through every single problem for every single student each day and make sure that they're right. So I like picking the most difficult ones. If you got those right, chances are the ones that are a little bit simpler, you definitely got right. You know what I mean? But if there's any changes you need to make, hopefully you made those changes.